Welcome to the Brew Coachman Show, where we discuss how to live your best life. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Good evening. Welcome to the Brew Coachman Show. It's so nice to have you here with us this evening. As usual, I'm your host. Hostess, yeah. My name is Burma. They call me B Moore, and this is my partner,
Coachman.
I
You
see.
could call me the coach.
the coach. Nice to have you here with us this evening. So, I hope you've had a wonderful week. Welcome to the start of a new week. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. Today, we are going to be talking on a different topic from what we spoke about last time. Today, we're going to be talking on you, the inner man. Have you ever asked yourself this question before? Who am I? Who are you? What do you do? What do you think about? Who exactly? When you ask that question, who are you? What comes to mind? Does the job you do come to mind? Does your philosophy of life, your thoughts as to what life is, that all comes to mind? What comes to mind? Is it the amount of money you have in your bank account? What comes to mind when you're asked that question?
I'm a child of God, is what the Bible says.
What defines you? So,
Mhm.
what's your perception of that question? Who are you? Coach, who are you?
Are you asking me who I am, coach?
Yes, I'm asking you.
All
When you
right.
ask that question, what comes to mind?
I think of my tripartite nature. I am spirit, soul, living in the body. There's a spirit man, which is different from the soul man and the flesh man. So my only task in this world is to combine all parts of me to create a value system that will impact the world. So who am I? I'm the tripartite being. That's who I am. Spirit, soul, and body at work. Working in one accord to give value to life and to humanity.
Spirit, soul, and body.
Yes, ma'am.
I think when we live in the world, we tend to forget that man is spirit. The Bible says that God created them in His image and in His likeness. And God is a spirit. So that means God created us as spirit, first of all. So we are spirits living in a human body.
That's right.
I think we often tend to forget in this world that we're actually spirits because we're consumed with humanity. Everything around us is tangible. What we see, what we hear, what we feel, what we touch, our five senses. That's what we're focused on.
Fully.
Living in this world. We often forget that we are spirits. So, Coach, when you say tripartite being, spirit, soul, spirit nature of man.
The spirit part of me is my breath. I tell people that the first thing that comes to you and makes you alive in this world is your breath. The baby has to draw in breath.
Yes.
That's why sometimes we spank the baby and it cries
Yes.
to take in that breath. Yes. And the last thing that leaves you in this world is your breath. That breath is a spirit. You see, it's so subtle, so invincible, so intangible. That's obviously not noticeable unless you're a very sensitive person. So your spirit person is the breath. It's the infinite intelligence, that part of you that guides the whole of you. I'll tell you something very funny. Right now, as you're listening to me, there are a lot of things happening to you. There's an infinite intelligence at work in you. True of us.
An infinite intelligence.
At work in you. You're breathing.
Yes.
Your food is digesting. Your mind might be somewhere. Your blood is flowing. So many things going on inside of you. But you do not notice it. That is spirit at work in you. Independent of you. Working for you, working through you, working in you. The only thing you're supposed to do with life, and that's what this program is all about, is to connect with that spirit and flow through creation. That's what spirit is.
So, because usually when we go to church and we talk about spirits, what we usually hear about in churches is the spirit of God. How does that tie with what you describe as spirits in us now?
The spirit of God is what you just called it, the spirit of God. There's a spirit of man. There's a spirit in me. There's a spirit that is peculiar to me. There's a reason why my name is Coachman. There's a reason why God is called Jehovah. There are two different beings. The spirit, my own spirit, must align with God's spirit to create value. I have to know what creation has in stock for me. The spirit of God tells me, do this, do that, and you'll be proper with life. My spirit tells me this is how to go about it. So my spirit is the primary aim by which I achieve the purpose why I was born. It's been given to me as my gift. It is when I live at the fullness of that spirit I can align with the higher spirit, which is the spirit of God.
So basically what you're saying is that God has given to every man his own unique spirit to allow him function in a unique way.
In his own capacity, in his own purpose, yes.
This brings to mind a verse in the Bible that says, it walks according to how they put it, according to the spirit that walketh in you. So every man walks according to what's the word to use now?
Works according to the designation of his own capacity, of his own spiritual capacity. What was the Spirit designed to do? Because if not, if we're all following the Spirit of God, there'll be no need for us to be born. We'll be following a recipe that was already prepared. God has done his own bit. We will do our own bit. The world is waiting for what your spirit has to manifest.
You see.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go further into that as time goes on, because that sounds like a really vast topic. Let's talk about the soul.
Soul is your mind, emotions, and your willpower. Yes.
Your mind, your emotions, and your willpower.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That part of it that conceives thoughts, that thinks. Desecrates, the Greek philosopher, said, "I think, so I am." That part of it that thinks, that's conscious of creating thoughts, is what the mind is. Yes. Then your body is a different ballgame. That's where we all are. The material space is made of the five senses: sight, taste, hear, feel, and touch. That's what the body is. We are controlled by the body. The media has constricted us to the level that all we think about is what attains for the body's nourishment. That's all. What we'll eat, where we'll go, how we'll enjoy ourselves. It's all about fleshy desires.
So, in essence, in our world today, what we focus on more often than not is the body, number one,
Yes.
and then the soul.
Soul, yes, number two. Because from the soul, you can also get industry, ministry, family, and network. Because people who do very well with life, who are so successful, are those who live from their souls. They give their best to life. They're very successful. They're known as celebrities. They're known as technocrats. They're known as remarkable people because they put their mind to work. Let's remember one very clear fact, that everything you do in life is a result of your mind. The philosophers we talk about today is a result of what they spoke about. So the question is, when you die, your mind is going to be appraised for what it brought forth into the world. It is that appraisal that defines what you'll be remembered for, or whether you'll be forgotten as an oblivious and obsolete material.
Someone who just
Through the world, but the world didn't pass through, yes.
So if you were to grade all these three aspects of man in order of importance, what will you say was the most important aspect of man? His spirit, his soul, or his body?
The spirit controls the body. If you miss the spirit, you miss the body. If you miss the spirit, you miss the soul. The spirit is the ocean. The soul is connected. It has to be an alignment. I wouldn't use the word which is the most important. They all need each other to function well. It's like asking me what part of the body is the most important. Every part is important. So the spirit has to be there for the soul to connect. When the soul connects to the spirit, it flows through the body. So it's this disconnect that has caused the problem of the world. It's a disconnection.
So basically, we're looking at it as a triangle. You would say the spirit is the base, and then you have the soul and the body resting.
Exactly, yes.
To be able to give like a perfect balance to man.
Absolutely.
So why is it in the world as in we hardly focus on the spirit is hardly spoken about? We just go about focusing on the physical, which is our five senses, like you mentioned, and our emotions and all of that, which is our soul. Why is it that we usually get so caught up in all of those things and we hardly focus on the spirit in our world today?
It's because that's the way the powers that be, those that control society, it's important they restrict your thinking. That's how they condition you. That's how they control you. That's how they puppeteer you. It's a means of control. The powers that be control the masses, cut them of their spirit. If they were in touch with their spirit, they will be able to think for themselves. Their souls will function well. So keep them half-baked, keep them not thinking, keep them oppressed, by denying them that which is most important in themselves. It's deliberate. It's intentional. That's why a lot of people are rich. If you notice, very few are very rich, majority are poor, and then the average middle class. It's deliberate. It's a means of control.
So how do we break out of this?
It's personal. That's why we have this program. That's why we're having this talk. It's personal. You cannot do as a collective. They'll come after you. You have to do as a personal. You have to live out that truth in you and express it in all you do. As the more you express it, the more you attract the kind of people you should attract, and together you give your value silently. It's not something you can just openly talk about. If you did, they will definitely not support your efforts to liberate the people's consciousness.
So basically what you're saying in essence is for every individual to personally on their own go searching for how to liberate themselves.
You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free.
So, we are tripartite beings, and I tend to agree with that. We are body, soul, and spirit. So, what are your views on this? Let us know in the comments below, alright? Just drop your views on this, and we'll go through them. And if there are questions that need to be asked and all that, just drop your questions in the comments. We'll go through them, and in our next discourse, we'll raise these questions and we should answer them. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. I hope you enjoyed your time with us. I hope you learned something new today. I know I definitely did. So take time, all right? Spend time with yourself. Spend time finding things out about your spirit, about whom you are. Spend time dwelling on your soul and not just focusing only on the body. And let's see when you pursue that path, if you actually grow and do better as a being. Thank you for spending time with us. As usual, I am your hostess, Be More. I'm saying good night, and also from Coach.
See you next time, next episode.
Thank you for watching the Brew Coachman Show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join us next time for another exciting episode.